Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at a uniform set from Vietnam. Now what you have in front of you is a Vietnam People's Air Force K20 camouflage uniform. This uniform is unissued and it was produced in the year 2021, so it is fairly recent. So basically this camouflage pattern was introduced in the year 2020 and was rolled out to all the branches of the Vietnamese armed forces, in the Navy, Army, etc., Coast Guard. They all get their own variation of this camouflage pattern in different colors. Before this pattern, they had the K17 pattern, and I have a video of that on my channel. I have the Coast Guard variant, and it's also like a bluish color, but the pattern is completely different. And before the K17 pattern, they had the 2007 pattern, the K07 pattern, which was introduced in the year 2007. And again, each branch had its own color, but that was like a woodland-based one. This one is more ERDL, as you can clearly see. Anyway, we're gonna, first start with the pattern analysis and fabric analysis, and then we'll kind of just go through the cut of the uniform. So as you can clearly see, the pattern is like a US ERDL copycat. If you don't know what that is, it's what the iconic woodland pattern was developed from. They basically scaled it up, made a few slight tweaks, and then you have, US woodland. Here we have ERDL, and we have four colors. We got this black, brownish, almost kind of goldish color, but it's definitely brown, light blue, and dark blue. And this uniform has a very silky fabric, very soft, silky material. Not too common in many other uniforms I own. And as you can see, we have the Air Force patch here on the left arm and the other Air Force insignia here. And then we have where you would stamp your name with ink, and you have this Velcro here so it can be removed. Pretty cool. On the collar, we have these little areas for buttons. These are for ranks. So you'd put your rank in here, at least that's what I've seen. And we have 4 pockets, so it's like a 4-pocket BDU, almost, with some modifications. These pockets, they'll have Velcro, horizontal Velcro, in order to undo them. And then we have this mesh here. It only extends to the right side. So, pretty cool. There's actually a prototype version called the K19, which was trialed in 2019. And there's a very small differences, like I have that, like a piece of that, and one of the only differences I noticed is that the uniform for that, the prototype, is actually slightly slanted. But these pockets are level. And then down below we have this Velcro as well, and this mesh fabric. Slightly larger than the top ones. As we move along to the left arm, we can see we got a button here. That is for rolling up your sleeves. And you can keep it here, so it'll stay in. And then on the back of the arms, we have these reinforced elbow pads with this sewing here. Pretty cool. And then moving on to the wrists, we have 2 buttons for enclosing your wrists. And then also on the waist, we have this loop here for a belt, or like a waist belt. Pretty cool. On to the right, same thing, button for rolling it up, elbow pads, or just reinforced fabric, and then these 2 buttons for your wrists. And there's also a bit of pleated material, pleated fabric. Interesting thing of note, the epaulets are sewed in. The shoulder tabs are sewed in. So I don't know how the epaulets work, if there are epaulets, but they'd have to be, Velcro or buttoned or some other way to get them on here, because you can't remove this really. And then the method for closing it is buttons. And I'll show you right now. Well, up here actually, at the very top of the collar, there's Velcro, but the rest is buttons. And then down here at the bottom, you have your size tag, size 6. What we have here, X20 for the year 2020, and then the size. And on the experimental version, we have the experimental 2019 version. What we have here is instead it's X 2019. And as you can see, this was made in 2021. Manufacturer's information, 2021. And then some writing, probably quality control check marks. And next we're going to move on to the pants. These have these smaller belt loops. We've got this metal buckling and a button. And also we've got elastic here, so you can adjust the waist and make it tighter, which is a pretty nice, pretty good idea. So you got this elastic here for stretchiness. Same exact size and stamp, so this was sold as a set, made in the year 2021. Only 2 years ago at the time of recording this video. We have this small zipper fly, and we have two angled pockets on the right and left. They're just kind of no buttons or anything. You just put your hands in there and they go in pretty deep actually. We also have pockets on each leg of the pants with multiple pleats. Two pleats, horizontal Velcro, I mean. So that's pretty cool. Same thing for the other leg. Got those two pleats and the Velcro. And we move down to the knees. We'll see that there's double stitching, kind of makes a knee pad almost. We have these buttons here at the knees. I believe this is so that you can roll up the pants and make them into shorts, because there's at least one little loop right here. But this can also be used on this button. What you could do is put them together to make it tight around your ankle, and then you could roll this up and blouse your boots with that. So that's another interesting use, and that's what I think, this button's for, and I'm not exactly sure what the two buttons, and there are two buttons. Bear with me for a second. One button here, one button there. Same thing for this other leg. Got these buttons on each side. The reinforced material for the knee, and then these things around your ankles so you can keep them tight around your ankles and blouse them. We'll flip them over. More belt loops back here. Not exactly super tall, like some military's pants have like really tall belt loops for like thicker belts. What you'll find interesting here is that there's double stitching around the buttocks area. So that area where you'd be sitting down a lot, get some extra reinforcement. And we'll flip over this uniform as well, just to get a better look at the pattern. Yeah, there it is. Nothing special here on the back, just more stitching. But yeah, pretty cool. That's pretty much it. Pretty much think I covered all the different functions and features of this particular uniform. The pattern is definitely unique. I mean, for Air Forces, you don't really see blue. That's more of like a Navy Coast Guard thing, but I guess in this case, they've gone with it with the addition of brown for like land, which is pretty cool. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing and commenting as well. But most importantly, hope you found this video informative, and have a great day. Bye.